up in Nashville and you see the Village Bar, stop and see if Charlie's there. Tell him who you are, and listen to his wisdom, and listen to his stories, and listen to his hopes and dreams, his downfalls and his glories. Da 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 da.
And we're back.
You're right. He does talk really fucking loud.
I do.
That mic. That was
all right. So we've got a really chaotic episode for you today, which was really fun to put together. And we actually have Cam Bortz, who's doing production today. Give it up for him, everybody. All right. So we are featuring a special item that the Villager has just picked up, which is Miller Genuine Draft. And Miller Genuine Draft is officially, we have considered it, the Villager, an endangered beer species.
We're a sanctuary.
Yes, we are a MGD sanctuary at the Villager Tavern.
Wait, I'm reading the box. It says, bringing character to every moment since 1985. Okay, so it's older than I am.
This moment has had lots of character. So we on the show today, my co-host is obviously my brother Toby. Our special guest for today, who had the bright idea of bringing this wonderful beer into our home, is Edwin Cannistraci. Everybody get for Edwin.
Hey!
Great
All right.
to be here.
The co-guest that he has selected for the episode is Mr. Charlie Degenhart, who is a local musician. And also, Edwin is actually a local pod YouTuber and what do you call it? Like you write screenplay writer.
Screenplay writer. Yeah, screenwriter.
Yeah. So and we also are featuring some of the customers over here in the bleachers, or like we call the MGD choir. Mr. Garth Barrick, Mr. Vincent Hardwick, Mr. Michael Brown, and Mr. Justin Steinis, which, Justin, I thought you were going to be leaving, which is a big reason why I wanted to have you on the show, but apparently Garth has told me you are not leaving right away. You're not leaving the city.
Well, when I heard I got this opportunity to be invited
it's not the pool malfunction.
I decided to stay.
Things are really going to blast off from this moment.
All right, so we'll go ahead and kick it to Edwin. Edwin, so tell us what is so special about MGD to you?
I think this is the thing. People, and I have this theory why it's an endangered beer, and I will loop back to why it's special to me. But I say it's the middle class of beer, you know. And these days, it's like you got two groups. You got people that just want shitty light beer. They want the Miller Lite, you know, Bud Light, whatever, Coors Light, just some shitty light beer. Or you got the beer snobs, which of course is something that's been emerging in the past like 15 years. Like this gentleman, where it's either domestic beers, or IPAs, or local microbreweries. It's cloudy shit. It's cloudy shit that pretentious
banana
people
cream ales.
I got a friend. Just a shout out to Johnny Vogan. You're a good guy out of Buffalo, Johnny Vogan. He's a great guy, but he drinks all this bullshit microbrew stuff.
This is like a wrestling thing now.
Yeah, but listen, Johnny Vogan.
Edwin MGD beer promoter.
He drinks like local Buffalo peach nutmeg flavored beer, and it's bullshit. He knows it's bullshit.
He's doing this in Buffalo?
Yeah,
that's
no. He knows he's a cool guy, but the beer's not cool.
So Vincent's about to go to Buffalo, aren't you, Vincent?
Yeah, I'll be at Buffalo next Thursday.
If you run into Johnny Vogan, do not drink the shitty.
Buy him an MGD.
Give him a real beer.
Give him a
real beer. A real beer. Look, Johnny, this is a real beer.
This is a real beer.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not into all that kind of stuff. I like to, but at the same time, I don't want a shit light beer that just tastes like rank water. I like to taste my beer, but I'm not a beer snob. So where does a guy like Edwin that likes to taste his beer, he likes just a good maybe domestic or import beer, but like a brand name. Like I like an actual brand name because it means that professionals have been doing this. Not some hipster in a bathtub somewhere. I want a professional company.
Dude, I've seen the hipsters in bathtub pictures. That's crazy.
Yeah, I do not want to drink their fucking bath water. I want this kind of beer. So So Miller General Draft kind of just the overall vibe, the taste level. It's always connected with me. Me and my brother, I have an older brother back outside of Philly, Bucks County. We were talking about that earlier.
That is y'all's kind of you and Charlie's connection is the Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
stuff, right?
So we would sometimes go. We'd hang out like on the other side of tracks. We go down like Levittown and stuff like that, and hit like some cool bars there, cool biker bars and things like that. Places that we probably shouldn't have been going to, but we were going to, and we had fun when we were younger. And this was like the late 90s, the early O's, like MGD you could still find in bars, at least in places like that. That's the irony, is that this beer was originally designed to be kind of an upper middle class beer. Like it's supposed to be, just to give people the idea about Miller General Draft.
Yeah, and for the people at home, that the hashtag is hashtag save the MGD. Hashtag save the MGD, everybody.
Save the MGD. Thing is, MGD is it's unpasteurized. So the idea was essentially it's Miller High Life, but unpasteurized, to recreate the draft experience. Like you're drinking, it's not really draft beer, but it's like as close to draft beer as possible in a bottle. And that was the whole marketing of it when it first came out in like the mid 80s, was that, hey, this is like drinking draft beer, but in a bottle. So, but it was kind of advertised as that this is a higher quality beer. But by the time I was a young man, it was very popular throughout the 90s. It's kind of thought of as like a 90s beer. But by the time I started drinking it, it already kind of had a reputation. I don't want to say anything to offend people, but it had a reputation as a white trash beer.
Whoa, the bowling alley.
All right, now here's where this is going to get interesting, is that, Charlie, you don't like domestic beer.
No.
Now, weren't you making, Toby just made the connection about this being almost like a wrestling promoter, like dream?
Well, I think this is the thing.
Well, no, I mean, like, he was calling the other guy out. I thought they were going to be on pay-per-view fighting it out.
No. So we're going to get into the other opinion. Charlie, why do you not like domestic beer?
At some point, in my young, wilder days, I got exposed to darker beers. And Guinness, Guinness was the first one. And the second I drank it, it's just a taste thing. I loved dark beers. And my general rule of thumb is if I can see through it, I don't drink it. And I think it's the corn syrup base that I've never done the deep dive. I've just been really always into darker beers. So, and I like Guinnesses, I like British ales, Boddingtons, Red Speckled Hen. I'm a snob. I like the darker beers, and most of them come from.
Do they have is there anywhere with Boddingtons in town? I've never had a Boddington.
You have to go to an English pub.
Our local spirit store over here has Boddingtons.
Or I guess Fleet Street would probably have Boddingtons.
The 12 South Tap Room
They actually
has
don't. I don't think they do.
But not on tap. No, it's always in cans.
I do like Boddington. I used to go to a place in LA called the Cat and Fiddle, which actually had Boddington on draft.
Oh, nice.
Well, it kind of blew my mind when someone was like, "Do you want pretty much an inverted Guinness?" I was like, "It's not dark look." I mean, it just.
So, but this is an interesting point. Obviously you guys know more about this than I do, but typical domestic beer is never dark. Typically.
And I'm out of my lane. I think it has something to do with what you use to ferment. Like a lot of domestic beers are corn syrup, or corn based.
Yeah.
The stuff that comes from the UK and the beers that I'm more attracted to tend not to use corn so much. They use barley, barley and other things.
So what is the to you, Edwin? What is the appeal of the corn syrup or the?
I would say I'll be honest. I didn't even know that there was corn syrup in it before Charlie hipped me to that. I mean,
so y'all hipping each other out here.
Listen, I might like it despite the corn syrup. The thing is, all I know is that when I first was going to these bars, these quote-unquote white trash bars for my brother, drinking the MGD, I just liked it. It tasted good. It tasted better than the other shit, like Budweiser and stuff like that. Like, I'm a little bit of a beer snob. Like, not as much as Charlie here, but I'm a little bit of a beer snob. So I was just like, this beer I can actually taste.
And I see why you're attracted to it.
This
has more character.
It has a little bit of a bitter bite, too, which I'm into. I'm also a big Scotch drinker. I like Johnny Walker Black. I prefer black to, like, blue. like because I like a bite. I like a little bit of bite. And MGD to me, it's almost like the Johnny Walker Black of beer. It has a bite to it, and that's the thing I like.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
The darker the beer, the sweeter the juice.
Yeah. Hey, cheers to that, guys. Come on.
cheers. Hey, and I do like a good dark beer, but I like as a starter beer.
So I'm surprised that while you were up in Pennsylvania, because I'm from Chester County,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. The beer that we were really proud of up there was the Yingling.
Yeah, we were talking about Yingling earlier. Yeah, I like Yingling.
We didn't get
And
Yingling in Tennessee or Nashville
Yingling
for a long time.
didn't.
I think I was in
again,
high
I'm out of my
school.
lane a little
They
bit.
do
here.
like
I didn't-
amber brews and stuff.
Well,
yeah.
it used before they started mass producing and mass distributing. You used to only be able to get it locally up in Pennsylvania, and the bars would have it on tap. And in my opinion, it was a higher grade product, a higher quality product. But to get Yingling on tap in Pennsylvania at your local bar at the same price points that MGD is, Budweiser, but you were getting a almost dark beer, not darker.
Yeah.
Yingling is the shit. I will give Yingling
Yingling-
props that it is.
It used to
great.
be
It's a
even
good
better.
beer, but it
Even
is.
better?
No,
it is.
he's right, because Yingling is one of these weird beers as a seller of beer, like where it's like 1 week it'll fly off the shelf and the next week no one will drink it. It's not consistent anymore. Where I feel like that probably was the case back in the day.
Pennsylvania, it's one of the most popular beers.
Yeah.
It was very popular, and I like it. I find, and maybe this is why you like it, Charlie, is it's a little heavier.
Yes.
It's a little heavier. This is the thing.
I
It's
think
like
Yingling was my
that's-
gateway to darker beers.
That's
to be
good.
honest with
That's
you.
good for a first
Well,
beer.
Well, see, and the
But
thing is,
once
it's
I-
heresy here because we sell so much Shiner.
Well,
So that's
and I
their
like,
biggest
and I
competitor.
like,
One of their
I do.
biggest
I prefer Shiner to Yingling. I really like Shiner. In fact, Shiner before you start getting the MGD here, that's what I used to
A
drink.
big reason why Yingling would never be sold on tap here is because
Shiner's
Shiner.
has more
It's a little crisper.
more character than Yingling does now. If you were to buy Yingling on tap 30 years ago, it would become closer to what Shiner is now, I think. Once those of us that really grew up liking Yingling a lot tended not to like it once they started mass distributing.
This thing, it's like if I drink a dark beer or a heavier beer, if I have like 2 or 3 of them, I get, I'm a middle-aged guy, I get like bloated. I don't like the feeling. But at the same time, like, I don't want to drink like a crappy, watery light beer either. And that's again why MGD is so good, is because it's like light enough that you could pound a whole bunch, but yet it's got some character to it.
Now-
It's a nice balance.
Now Garth knows about how the genuine taste of Miller Genuine Draft, don't you, Garth?
I do.
Okay, step up to the mic. Step up to the mic, Garth. Stand up
Step
for
up
us.
right here. Okay. Yeah,
Testimonial number
one. My late grandfather, like whenever he'd be in the garage, he'd be just like grabbing it, shooting it. I mean, he called it the cheap garage beer that tastes good, and that was it.
He was all about it, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For
There you
Grandpa's
go.
garage beer. Grandpa's garage
Cheap,
beer.
but tastes good.
A genuine story for a genuine draft.
All right, so, but yeah, so the
That's not on the box. That should be on the box. Man.
That's good copy right there.
that's right. You want some genuine stories? Okay,
Got him through his marriage. That's right. Garage beer.
You gotta talk about the eagle on the logo.
Yeah. Where is
the eagle of the. Okay, so do we? Yeah.
Is
So
that-
Well,
let's-
this is part of the
Is that a Philly
rebranding.
thing? No, I'm just playing.
That maybe it's a Philly. It's cool. It's not a Philly beer, but
America.
But it does. But it's very American. It's very patriotic. That's the thing too. If you want to support, and I'm not going to get political here, but if you want to bring the country together, it's a very divided nation.
Are we gonna look at the bottom?
Support MGD. It's an American business. People should come and support. There's factories
Make
getting shut
America
down.
great again. We like to keep it domestic.
That's the second Trump impersonation on this show.
Right there.
We
This should
actually
be-
probably should have.
There's only been 2 impersonations, and both of them were Trump.
That was actually pretty good. That was good. And this should be a meme. This, we should people should be getting behind this beer. It would bring jobs back, factories here in America. MGD, they're shutting it
American
down.
jobs. American
American
jobs.
MGD. It's it's right there. And I think they look, you got this eagle here. It's badass looking. It's like
That's my favorite word in the dictionary.
it's coming out of a red sun. Look at that. That's badass. Like a blood red sun.
That's right.
It's American soil and blood, and it's a masculine beer too. I'm not, again, I don't want to get into the culture war here, but if you
It's
want
the
to
Limp Biscuit of beer.
if you want to embrace your masculinity, get some MGD, and you know what? It will help. Women want you to be masculine. They do. So they want you to be drinking MGD.
And genuine.
Yeah, and
genuinely
and genuine. Like you're not trying too hard, you know. Like Limp Bizkit a bit, I think. But,
no, Limp Bizkit, man. I saw that cover band, man. That was
man. This is more like 70s Bad Company. It's more like like Bad Company than
Limp Bizkit had more hits than Bad Company.
Are there some stats that you can that you can recall, Edwin?
Yeah, well, well, this is one thing too. We had this little text exchange, and I want to throw this in Charlie's face. Respectfully.
Here we go. Blow number one to the body.
Because Charlie's acting like this is a subpar domestic beer, but it actually now that was my domestic push, but here's my global push. This beer has been recognized globally. That's right. In 2014, it won the World Beer Cup. And that was
in Kentucky. Like where the hell?
No, the world. That's the planet Earth. The World Beer Cup.
But where did they have it?
It was in the category of American-style lager or Pilsner category.
You had me, then you lost me. What category? What category was it again?
Well, it was they were recognizing it's the best
American style.
Oh, yeah.
The American
style. The World Beer was like, we're going to just...
But this was actually people from other...
Slippery Degenhart goes to the corner.
But they recognized it as the best. That's the point. A global community of beer connoisseurs recognized this as the best tasting American lager in 2014. So there, and it also won an award for its advertising, for its packaging a couple years ago too. And packaging is half the experience. It's like when you're a kid and you're looking at like a cool album cover, you're looking at a cool like heavy metal album cover, and like come on, but half people wouldn't even listen to Iron Maiden if it wasn't for Eddie. It's just he looks badass, so that adds something to the music. Well, you got this badass eagle. It's like red, black, gold. You're drinking it, and it's like, yeah, I'm drinking something that's badass.
Vince, chug one, Vince. Come on, Vince, chug one.
There you go.
Chug one. Come on, Vince. Chug one.
Do it.
Here we go.
Do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Woo, baby. Holy fuck. Doing that out of a bottle. There was like a motion you made. Like you whipped it into action.
What do you call that?
Tornado.
Is that...
The chugging tornado.
That's professional beer chugging.
Well, because I was like, how are you going to do that? And then that's how you do it.
He told me he was going to do that on camera today. Anyway, so...
There's a method to
that was
all right. Well, we might as well.
Man.
We'll follow that up with the anecdotal story that Mr. Hardwick was telling me about yesterday.
Oh, MGD.
Yeah, step up a little bit.
MGD. So my buddy had a buddy that passed away. I didn't really know him, but he sounded like a really cool dude. And so he has a MGD tattoo for like memorializing his buddy that passed away. Well, his buddy that passed away, his last name was Miller. He drank nothing but genuine draft, and he would actually, like, in casual conversation, refer to himself as the genuine draft as like a nickname.
Wow.
So he was like MGD. His last name was Miller, and he referred to himself as the genuine draft.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
R.I.P. MGD.
Yeah, R.I.P. MGD.
Shout out to Ryan.
We're here to save MGD.
Yeah.
Hashtag save the MGD, guys.
He sounds awesome.
And we will. And he has a That guy has. It was him that had the tattoo, right?
Yeah.
We have a picture of that. That will be. We will put that.
Throw
it
shit
up.
up.
Yeah, it's a glorious tattoo. I can't believe it exists. Anyway, okay. So the. Any other stats? Any other like?
I don't know if I have any other stats. I will say this: Now, I'm not discouraging. If you want to drink MGD in a can, it's still better than most, I think, every American beer. It's the best beer, even in a can. However, it's not actually pasteurized in a can. A friend told me that there's laws. There's laws in America, apparently. And in it, you can't have a unpasteurized thing in a can. Of course, it might kill you or something.
So American style, what does that mean exactly?
American, well, it means kind of what Charlie was saying. That corn. It's like out of corn.
Okay, so that means there's maize in it.
And there's probably,
and that's probably the nicest thing you could say.
It's got the closest thing to Coca-Cola in it.
They put more water in it. Maybe that's an American style.
Yeah.
You can have 15
You can't get that anywhere.
Yeah, you're going to be hydrated by MGD.
Water.
It's got
But, you know,
Michigan
hey,
water in it.
keeps us alive. It hydrates us. That's another good thing about American beer is we're because drinking alcohol dehydrates you, but there's a lot of water, so it balances it out. That's why you could drink more American beer, because it's constantly dehydrating you and hydrating you at the same time.
Hydration.
Yeah, it's all about hydration. That's why you can keep drinking until like the dawn with American beer. You can't do that in Europe, Or you get more in trouble in Europe. If they start drinking all that heavy beer, like by midnight, it's like a straw dogs kind of situation. It gets fucked up. It's ugly. Whereas Americans, they don't get that crazy until like 3 a.m.
So Guinness is considered a light beer, but can you not drink as many of them because of the
Is it considered a light?
Well,
Guinness?
like
What do you mean? It's dark as hell.
the alcohol content.
And actually, the calorie content is surprisingly low. Too.
Oh, really? No, I thought Guinness made me feel
Guinness
good.
has Guinness has less calories.
Like 90 calories.
Oh, I did
or
not
something.
know that. Oh,
It's an ultralight beer.
I did not know
bizarre
that.
because you feel like you're
It feels
drinking
heavy. I
steak
felt like
when you're
I
drinking
felt like
it.
I was drinking a loaf of bread.
Well, it's like
whenever
I think initially it fills you up, but in
So
the
yeah,
caloric
so
intake is lower.
so let's say
It's like Chinese food.
yeah, like okay, so Mike, Mike, like how many of these do you think you could drink compared to how many Guinnesses?
What?
Same, probably.
The same?
I could go for one of these for sure.
Really?
I can only do 2.
All right, so no.
The only
so
thing
no
that
one's winning the
stops
fight
me
on
from
that.
consuming a bunch of Guinness is it's the Guinness shits. It's a terrible affliction. If you drink too many of them at one time, something happens in your body where everything that comes out is black.
So it's like
like
the
a
Black Death.
I think I have like a theory behind
Well, that
that.
and they're
That's like
$10.
black liquids
They are
in general, like liquors that are black. Same thing. Like nothing good happens out of me consuming like a mass amount of black liquid.
But nothing good comes out of me consuming a massive amount of golden liquid either.
True.
Really.
Yeah.
They call it the Guinness enema.
I think that's the beers I drink and the way I drink beer. Not as a kid. When I was a kid, it was volume and.
You drank beer as a child?
As a
8th grade. Right?
Yeah, MGD.
That's a genuine story.
I think that's a win.
Genuine childhood drinking.
I'm not drinking high volumes of. I'm not looking to drink a lot of Guinness. I'm not looking to drink a lot of Boddingtons. It's a nice whiskey, a nice pint or two, and you're sipping these things. There's a different. Perhaps there's the niches that are being filled. If there's a volume thing, a social thing, I kind of get the domestic beers are lighter. More water, It's,
go good with
everything in
cigarettes,
its
too.
place.
So you were talking. So what is a specific like these type of bars that you would drink your MGD in? What do you have a specific anecdotal place that you went to? Can you regale to us?
Yeah, well, there's a place called the Roadhouse, which it was actually called.
Roadhouse.
It was actually called the Roadhouse.
Yeah, they weren't piggybacking off of the movie.
No, it was not like a theme. It was already around before the movie. It was around there for a long time. It was just called the Roadhouse. It wasn't that imaginative, which is always a good sign for a dive bar that they're not trying too hard with.
Did it have chicken wire?
Yeah. What?
Did it have
We're not trying too hard right now.
Well,
at
no,
all.
that's one of the things I love. That's one of the things I loved immediately about the Villager Tavern is that it's just like, hey, they're in Hillsborough Village, and it's called the Villager Tavern. Not try hard, simple.
Yeah.
Simple. I like it.
Well, when my dad bought it, I mean, it was a pre-existing name.
If we had chicken wire, would we be trying too hard?
Stuff.
No, go ahead.
The chicken wire. Well, I
You
just
put it up there and surround Santa inflatable. Up
Yeah,
there
see, that
with
would be pretentious. I just like the Villager.
I think we can
just
get
call
the.
it the Villager.
I think the inflatable can be in the shot. It is
it.
normally.
Whoa! Wait, what were you saying? He wanted to rename it? Is that what you just said?
You don't rename a business because you're saving lots of money on brand.
Oh yeah,
marketing.
At least back then you'd have to get on Google and change the name and do all that crap. But yeah, no, you just keep it going. That's good.
No, it makes people feel like they're part of the community too. That's the thing that bar should do. A good local bar, you're a Villager person.
Yes,
you come here.
Yes, exactly.
And that's cool.
We have borrowed that name to do really
it's great.
stupid stuff like this.
It could be the greatest name for a bar ever. Just saying.
Hell, I'll choose
there you
that.
go.
There we go.
There you go.
You heard it here.
Cheers.
Cannistraci thinks that the Villager Tavern is the greatest name of a bar ever.
I will say that I would be interested in knowing what all of the horrible names this place was named before.
The Pewter Tankard was one.
That's horrible.
The Pewter Tankard?
That's horrible.
That's the
Yeah.
most pretentious name I've heard in my entire life.
Oh, there's a story there. So
Nobody, half the world doesn't even know what pewter is. Like,
So one day I got a
It's got kind of a Tolkien Middle Ages.
So
kind of
there's
thing.
a story about the pewter tankard, and so
nobody went there. That's what the story
the
is.
pewter tankard was the name of the bar before it was the Villager Tavern, and so me and my mother were having a fight over whether we should keep advertisement matchbooks because we used to have matchbooks with the Villager on them, and I wanted to keep them.
Yeah.
And so
are they here?
Bring him back.
Yeah. Anyway, so but long story short, we were here, and right after that fight, this lady comes in. She goes, "You want to know some history about the bar?" And I was like, "Oh, do I?" And she put me on the phone with the guy who was apparently, and this might be complete bullshit, but the guy goes, "Oh, I was the one that opened it as the Villager Tavern."
Holy shit.
And I'm like, and he probably owned the bar for 2 years, and then
the lady like poofed into nothing. And nothing
and then after the 2 years, it was turned into MCB Inc., which I think was two brothers and a friend.
That's a bad name too.
Yeah, well, it was just the incorporation.
We should be
between three
MGD
people.
Inc.
It should be MGD.
MGD Inc. That's it.
Could you give me another beer? Oh, well, you even got to open it for me.
I will
Look
say,
at that.
Andrew,
Thank
you
my
have a
friend.
megaphone. You do need an air horn at the same time. I think we just leveled that up.
But anyway,
Did you invent that, by the way, to going out and shouting people?
Oh yeah. So
it's a great invention.
So I saw that the liquor store down the street was using it when people had their birthday. Like one of the employees would dick around with the
Are
megaphone.
you fucking kidding me?
And so I looked at him and I said, "Hey, can I buy that from you?" And he was like, "Sure." So it was a big black one, and I had it for a long time until I dropped it. You can't drop a megaphone; it'll break. Megaphones break when you drop.
That's
them.
what they were doing with that at the liquor store. So you walk in the liquor room at the liquor store, and they would do "Happy Birthday" with the megaphone.
But what I was getting at about the pewter tankard is that the guy was able to go and start the Villager up without doing any paperwork. The beer people just gave him the license because the guy who owned the pewter tankard skipped town, just left. Like
disappeared.
The guy who
I think that's what they call it, disappearing.
The guy on the phone, yes, he disappeared. So the guy on the phone said that
genuinely disappeared.
Yes, he genuinely disappeared.
He doesn't exist anymore.
So the guy who opened the Villager, according to this, to Deep Throat that was on the phone, is that right? According to him, he was working at a bodega or managing a bodega, and he noticed that the bar didn't open for like a week, and that the owner had skipped town, and the beer board just gave him the license.
Wow!
And that was the beginning of the Villager Tavern.
Someone murdered that guy. That's not just.
No, he skipped town.
Okay.
Because someone was trying to murder him.
Yeah, I was gonna go with he either got or ran from getting got.
The pewter tanker. It sounds like a prog rock band. Doesn't sound like a bar.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah. It's not.
It's not bar-y.
It sounds like a shitty prog rock band.
Yeah, not even a good one. Like it's third tier.
And I love Guinness, but that does sound like a place where.
Whoa!
There
it is. Now it's a party.
The pewter tanker does sound like a bar where it's like all the taps, all like 12 taps are Guinness. Like every last one of them.
Charlie would love.
That's
sounds
all
like
we
my
can
kind
do.
of.
Charlie's thinking this whole
I'm
time.
not saying I don't think Guinness is great.
It sounds like something in England in a back alley where you would run into an old.
We
English
also
shredder.
sell.
Do you like
pipes.
harp?
Yeah.
Do you like harp?
Okay,
I do.
Yeah,
harp is good.
Now there is.
Hold on. I have it. When I first, when I was 21, I went to like a Irish pub downtown called Mulligan's. Rest in peace, Mulligan's. That place was actually badass. And I had I had a harp on tap, and that was probably the best tap beer I think I've ever had.
I had harp on
Amazing.
the same place I was talking about before.
It's a real
in
Black
West
and Table.
Hollywood, Cat and Fiddle. They had harp on draft as well. It's great. It's a great lager. Hey, I like good quality European beer as well.
But you choose the MG. I mean, you go through such great lengths to get your MGD.
Well, because MGD, there's a couple of reasons. A, because if in a social situation, maybe I want like one good beer,
such as this.
But I come in, I'll drink like maybe a Guinness as a starter beer. I'll have one Guinness. But then once I start knocking back the beers just casually, I don't want something so heavy, and that's where the MGD. And it's a more sociable beer. Plus, the idea that it's endangered, I like to root for the underdogs.
It's 11/11. Make a wish, everybody. Woo!
11/11. Right on.
Right.
Okay. Well, the wish is obvious. MGD doesn't go out of business.
MGD will be saved from this point on.
Yeah. And you know, I just feel like it's better than a lot of shitty beers. I mean, God, look at Budweiser. Budweiser's horrible, and yet that's never leaving. That's never leaving America. We're gonna have Budweiser.
No,
forever.
Budweiser is like that's like getting rid of.
I have to admit
the Declaration of Independence. You can't.
The
get
first
rid of
thing I did when I started running
You're never getting rid of me. You're never getting rid of me. I'm staying here.
All right.
So
everyone hates my bullhorn.
Yeah, we do.
Oh God, I forgot what it's actually the first name, another name for the bar that I think
there's another.
There was another name.
well, there were other names. Yes,
the Green Goblin. Fucking.
That's not as bad. That's better
the
than
Chase
the other one.
Hideaway. Anyway,
Let's just make up shit.
was the Golden Eagle.
The hot dog hallway.
There used to be a Golden Eagle diner in Marciano.
Great name.
I just thought it was really appropriate because obviously there's a Golden Eagle on it.
Golden Eagle's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, not bad. Villager's better, but it's not bad.
It's Dynasty. Do you have an MGD anecdote, or are you
Right
just
there. Look at there.
Oh yes, above us.
Golden Eagle rains down from the
There's 2 Golden Eagles.
So I will say something on the lines of Golden Eagle. So, as a falconer, I will let you know that the Golden Eagle is only reserved for a king, and that's true. Like in the ancient lore of falconry, you could have all sorts of different peregrine falcons or hawks or different things like that, but a Golden Eagle could only be wielded by a king.
Wow.
So that would be a pretty badass name.
MGD is king.
So that's
so the Golden Eagle is full of kings.
Ghostface Killer, the Wu-Tang, he has a Golden Eagle that he likes to show off. So that's him saying, "Hey, I'm a king." I get it now. That's awesome. I'm just saying, Edwin. By the way, that name it means king.
Oh shit!
Just saying.
So you're it's just
royalty.
so
Yeah.
MGD is just attracted to you.
Yeah, so
for your
maybe
own name.
maybe there's something deeper going on. Maybe there's royal blood. Maybe I'm royal, and that's why I go to the MGD.
Edwin means king.
Yeah.
I know Charlie means man. My middle name is Charlie as well.
Well, Cannistraci means dogs and rags, so it's kind of like a balance. It's like I'm the king of dogs and rags.
You're the king of dogs and
I'm
rags.
the king of dogs and rags.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the Edwin's also a YouTuber. Do you want to get anything? So you made a YouTube video about MGD.
I did. It's not one of my
you can
more
go watch that after this.
It's not one of my more popular videos, but it's
considered the endangered nature of no subject matter.
Believe it or not, there wasn't a lot of interest in the MGD, but I shot it during a divorce. I shot it in Lanai in Florida, which feels like a perfect place to shoot a video. Perfect circumstances for a video about MGD. And I was on my Lanai, and I just shot it on a tiki bar I made during the pandemic. And I shot a video where I just, made the pitch, the same pitch I made here. And, it got a couple hundred views, but that was it. No one went to say the MGD. And I love it, Andrew, because you immediately latched into the hashtag. Because that's, you got what I was going to
Here, I'm going to tag someone in.
I wouldn't say that I'm like a fantastic marketing mind, but my mania is great with marketing. I love anything that just seems slightly manic. Just something that I'm just like something very unique or very eccentric. Like the Hot Luke stuff. We're not going to get into all that, but anyone who knows what Hot Luke is, then
no. What's Hot Luke? Get into it.
Hot Luke. Okay, so actually,
not familiar.
Is this like Hot Luke Skywalker? I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
Yikes! Whoa!
Oh my
Because
goodness!
I came over here. Jeez. Calm down.
You brought it out of him. It's the falconing.
I forgot that I intentionally wore a shirt of a beer brand that is extinct.
Oh, that is actually extinct.
Two Lane Brewing is extinct, and so these people came in, and there was 3 girls, one was 2 reps, and the marketing lady of the entire company. It was Luke Bryan's beer.
Oh, okay.
And so what happened was they were begging me to put it on, and I told them, why the fuck would I ever do that? And I looked, and then in a split second I went, I'll put your beer on if you bring me a cardboard cutout of Luke Bryan. Mike, you were there when the first Hot Luke showed up.
Yeah, and I was there whenever the first Hot Luke got kidnapped.
Got kidnapped? I don't even remember that.
Oh, so you had a Hot Luke cardboard that got kidnapped.
So they kidnapped him?
Was this not a when one of the bar patrons absconded with Hot Luke, and then brought him back after a period of time.
Do you remember who it was?
No names.
We have to name names.
I mean, I'm not going to do anything.
A beverage. He was a beverage, a hot
beverage.
beverage.
A hot
I guess we'd be calling them a thief on
usually you would consume this beverage in the morning to give yourself a little bit of energy. He loves referencing Seinfeld.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
A Renaissance man, you say?
Wait, did Toby retreat? Have I gained?
No, well, Andrew though.
Justin Steinis, guys. Come on, give it a
Cheers. Hey! Well, I think the funniest thing I've ever seen Andrew do is at the Halloween party. He dressed up as Rhonda. He had the triple D bra. It was the funniest thing.
It was badass, wasn't it, Garth?
It was badass.
But yeah, so what happened was we had this cardboard cutout they brought me, and I put it in the dart room, and I told because the dart players hated it.
Oh yeah, I would imagine that they would want to dart.
It was in the corner, and they would just and I remember we had this really egotistical motherfucker named Clay. What was Clay's last name?
Criminal.
Criminal.
One-armed player.
No, but you know what I'm talking about, right? The dart player.
Yeah.
He was really, really good.
Clay douche.
Like, anyway, we'll for brevity's sake, we'll call him Clay douche.
Okay.
So but anyway, so the first thing I said to this guy was like, he's like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "You can do whatever you want to him."
Oh.
So I received a video of the entire dart league throwing in unison a dart at this cardboard cutout, and from then on they began to deface the fuck out of Hot Luke.
Oh, that's great.
And so then the customers started taking pictures with him. We would take the merge and like I remember my favorite one was this picture of two customers in front of Hot Luke like a drugstore Indian with with beer buckets on top of their heads.
What the fuck?
And we just and I would just post it on
Eyes
Instagram.
wide shut shit, dude.
It was hilarious. And I was getting away with it. We were selling a lot of Tulane until I tagged Luke Bryan's people.
Oh,
I fucked up. I had an employee that dared me to do it. And I did it, and
See, if they were cool and had a sense of humor,
yeah,
but apparently they're not.
And well, you know what? That's why they're out of business, motherfucker.
Yes, that could have helped them. That could have helped the beer.
I got to where I was selling at least like 3 6-doles or 2 6-doles a week, which is pretty good for a shitty beer.
Yeah, well,
or goofy beer.
There's something to be said for having a little self-deprecation.
Yes. Yeah. So we don't want. So MGD is not going to go the way of the.
Well, we could try. I could tell you, it's bleak. They did a couple years ago. They did a redesign where they made the bird a little more badass and stuff, and they're trying. They're trying. But I don't know. I see it in less and less places.
I don't know. You're a businessman, Justin. What do you think about all this business about MGD?
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm really enjoying the taste. I thought I was going to...
See, that's why.
I'll be honest, because when I was talking to people about it, I've never had it before. I've had Miller Lite and... I've had the Miller High Life, and so I'm not like unfamiliar with the brand, right?
My dad was born there.
And I was being told like, oh, this is like below Pabst Blue Ribbon. This is like you're never even gonna see this or hear of it because it's like it's really good actually.
Yeah,
I've gone through like 4 or 5 of them.
Everyone
I don't know why it got a bad reputation because it's really good.
It's I don't know. What do you think, Mike? Come on.
Look, I'm a stand for Miller products as it is. Like I love my Miller Lite, and I love some High Life. This is again like Edwin was saying. It's right there in the middle. Like it's super drinkable. It's enjoyable. Yeah. It's great cold, and I'm currently drinking one that is now becoming warm, and that's fine because it goes down.
It goes down. They could use that in their marketing.
It goes down. It doesn't come back up.
Genuine draft. I would describe it as genuine.
It's genuine. Yeah. I drafted it into my body. I'd like to say that. Is everything not drafted at some point? Like
we're going to war on a daily basis, so this is a draft.
Yeah, this is a draft. We're trying to draft the young people into get the 20-somethings drinking the MGD.
Vanderbilt, you're going to be drinking MGD.
Yeah.
Now, if the MGD, I feel like to get the Gen Z population, you got to think about like, there's a big concern about alcohol with Gen Z. There's really this abstention from like any kind of alcoholic products. But so if you got the MGD with MCT, which is like some healthy little derivative thing they put in there, I feel like there's some sort of like lion's mane or like CBD or some sort of like, I feel like that can kind of like grab the youth.
I think, or you can,
so MGD, Delta 9 MGD?
Yeah, something like that where they feel like, oh, this is cool.
Well, I think the angle to go in it, you're in the right direction. I think the thing is to lean into how it's not pasteurized.
Yes.
Yes, like this is unpasteurized. It's healthier. Lean into how it's a healthier beer, and that it's unpasteurized. It's not. It doesn't have corporate capitalist pasteurization.
It's unpasteurized.
It's unpasteurized.
Straight from the Miller teat.
Yeah, make them
Straight
feel
from
like
the
they're
Miller
drinking like goat milk.
Yes.
Like that's the thing. This is the goat milk of beer.
The whole.
But when you find like a kitten or something on the street and it doesn't have a mother, this is what you drink.
Yes, this is the next best thing.
You get a little warm bottle of MGD.
Yeah, you give it a little MGD. It's the next best thing. He'll be grateful.
But no, I brought it in, and I'm telling you, I'm surprised because like you were like, hey, let's do.
Yeah, at first I thought it was just going to be me. I thought I'd be
looked
the
at
only
me,
one.
and I like Edwin, and he looks at me and he goes, "Where's my MGD?" And I was like, I know you were like being like kind of jokey, but I was like, oh, it's on.
I was like kidding on the square.
Yeah, but I was like, it's on, dude, because it was, and I brought it in, and I gave it to Garth, and Garth's like, my grandpa drank MGD, and then I gave it to a customer of ours from Africa. He goes, man, it's pretty good.
Wow.
And I was like, Edwin has something like you know what a good beer tastes like.
You
That's
listen to
cheap.
me. I used to go to a bar. It's a great bar, Pineapple Hill Saloon. In Sherman Oaks. But I was always telling the owner there, and she's a great woman, so I'm not insulting her, Angela, but I always asked for MGD. She never hooked me up with MGD. I've been asking so many bars I've gone to over the years.
You live down the street, and I wanted you to walk in.
You were the first guy.
And I had a podcast, and you were like, I'm a YouTuber, and I was like, I got to have it.
If that's what it took. If that's what it took. But you were the guy that's like, hey, I want this YouTuber to do YouTube shit with me, so I'll hook him up with MGD. But you were the first guy to ever do it.
That's right.
So I give you a lot of credit for that.
Speaking of YouTube content,
yes,
this crusade to save MGD.
Yes, this crusade.
Your admirable charge.
The 200 views of Savior.
I tried.
Your YouTube channel's great, and his musical insight.
You've watched him too.
I have. Yeah. He's very thoughtful.
If you want to plug your YouTube channel right
because there's some really cool stuff in there. I went down a Beatle rabbit hole.
So you watched the Paul's Dead one? That one didn't do so well either. I always wanted to, even though I proved that the Beatles were behind Paul's Dead.
I didn't know you knew so much about Ace Frehley.
I did. Yeah, well,
or do you have to? How much research goes into like?
No, there's no research. I just do them. The Beatles one that you're talking about, I did do some research. I wrote a book with a buddy of mine, so there was research on that one. A few of them have research, but most of them I just do off the cuff. It's just me talking. Yeah, I was just talking about Ace Frehley after he died.
That's impressive to me because I was watching these things and I was like, man, he must do some homework on this.
No. The funny thing is that the video that did the best, they range from like 100 something views to like 200,000 something views. So there's no consistency at all. My most popular video was a 10-minute video I did about a shot in Jaws where the shark fin is tipping over for a second and the raft comes up. It's just funny that got like 200. That got the most views. I was like,
well, we were talking about how thumbnails are so important.
It was because I had a question. People were like, what the fuck? What's going on in this shot in Jaws? And people were like, yeah, what's going on with this shot in Jaws? So they all clicked on it.
Everyone loves a good conspiracy.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
All right, keep it down over there in the choir a little bit. You're good, but just get a little loud.
No, I want them enjoying it. It's
I know. We're getting drunk, guys.
This is a boozy episode. Hey,
we're getting drunk.
I did a video once. Generally, I try not to drink too much in my YouTube videos. I don't want to look like
I told you. I was like, no, we're getting drunk today.
No, yeah, I'm all for it. I have one video I kept up though, where I got really drunk. I called them Rankaramas. I do like a discography of a band, and I ranked the bands. And I did Van Halen, and Van Halen. I had to get drunk for Van Halen. That's fun, And so I drank a whole like bottle of Jack. And I did a Van Halen thing. So the funny thing is, though, it worked out good because by the drunker I got, these were albums I knew really well. And number one was Fair Warning. So spoiler alert. So anyway, Fair Warning. By the time I'm talking about Fair Warning, which is one of my favorite albums of all time, I'm just a fucking mess. But somehow it was like perfect.
What were you drinking?
I was just drinking Jack. If I recall. I think I was drinking Jack. But yeah, I was just like a mess by that point. I was sloppy, and I'm talking about one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm a mess. Normally my videos aren't like that, but it captured the vibe of the band, you know, of that this was the party band, you know. And so I do try to create kind of a vibe of my videos, but yeah, it's just a fun thing. They're not monetized. I'm a screenplay writer. That's what I do during the day. That's my job. That's why I get paid for it.
Do you literally just do that during the day, or do you just do it at all hours? Like
the screenwriting?
Yeah. Do you find yourself?
Oh no, I force myself to have a kind of do it like a 9-to-5 job.
You keep yourself on a schedule.
Yeah, I keep myself on a schedule.
Yes, Mike. Please take the yes.
This is very responsible of you to clean up.
Why don't you go ahead and grab
He's trying to get to the goal.
Why don't you grab a couple?
We're running low on the.
No, hey guys,
I'm good.
hey guys, we swap these out. Go ahead.
Yeah, swap.
This is a great way to like drink all the product. Is just have the podcast.
Okay, this is good.
We're going to be done by the end of the day.
I was told to show up here.
I'm really hey guys.
I like how
the best
drunk
part
it
about
is.
this podcast is my mother doesn't watch it. Okay,
I like
What
how
are you
drunk
talking
it is.
about? I watched the podcast.
This is the MGD episode. It should get boozy. It's part of
It's
the
too
fun.
long. I can't keep my attention.
No, it's all right. People like hey, look at the fucking Joe Rogan's like 3 hours of boring conversations, and everyone watches.
Do you have a favorite Joe Rogan podcast? Like one that you thought you watched all the way through? I've got one.
I watched like the first. I don't know. It was one of the earlier Elon Musk ones. Now I can't like stand that. Like I can't sit through that.
I think Rick Rubin was the one that I watched all.
Oh, I could not do it. That'd be tough.
Just the whole vibe, the whole vibe guru thing.
There's one on AI that's
I think that's the one I was watching.
Just like so, but it's not Elon Musk. It's the guy who's actually
Was someone else?
front of AI.
Yeah,
Well,
the
they were
AI one's
talking about
dystopian as fuck.
Delusional idiot. That he's just like full speed ahead. It's fucking scary.
Joe, there'll be hyperloops underneath all of Austin. We'll be going from SpaceX to Neuralink.
I didn't know Justin loved to do impressions so much.
You do good impressions. Are you a stand-up?
No, I no.
That was a really good.
But
Justin will not talk about work.
But I will say this. I will say that my real estate broker in Austin, I can't mention any names, but she actually helped Elon Musk buy his $52 million compound in Austin for his like harem of his ex-wives and children.
But you gotta have a place to stash them.
So wait, so he's
shout out to MGD, middle class beer.
There you go.
Middle genuine draft.
Apparently, Elon genuinely gets bitches.
Yeah,
genuinely middle class.
No, but in all seriousness, like if we're speaking on the Musk or Joe Rogan, I feel like coming from Austin, moving up here to Nashville, like it's changed so drastically down there in Austin where Joe Rogan really wants to make that the capital for comedy.
We were talking about that on one of the shows.
He wants, and that's really something that he's really working a lot to do. And then Elon, no shit, he believes that Austin is the center of the world.
The center of the world?
Center of the world, no shit. And that is why he's wanting to, it's not just for, there's no income tax for businesses. He feels like, in his like little Martian brain, that he's going to be able to tunnel all over it because of the geological substructure.
Yeah, what was the deal with he wants to build a tunnel
weird.
under Nashville, right?
He wants to build a tunnel
in January.
They're trying. There's a lot of problems. Well,
they're doing it.
Well, maybe
in theory.
In theory, there's a lot of problems.
That's what they're telling us.
A lot of problems. So go ahead.
Well, I've been reading. I read that article. I don't know if you read that last article.
I didn't do a deep dive. It annoys me.
They're having problems. Well, they lost some of the people that were doing it. Some of the contractors walked out. Apparently, they're using like plywood down there, stuff that like 30s miners would be like shake their head at.
Yeah, they're not shoring up their holes.
And it's also the environment.
All right, Miller Genuine Draft. Sure up the holes.
But yeah, that might not go. I don't know. I don't like the idea. Do you guys, as local people, do you want a tunnel Do you want
got a golden eagle over there.
Do you want a tunnel with a bunch of tourists in robot-controlled cars? Think of AI.
It just seems a bit chaotic.
Well, as long as
not that I don't like
big.
chaos.
It's not that big of a city.
But as long as they've spent their money first, and then we can just, whatever, put them down
It
there.
seems
and
like
get
a
'em outta here.
Ponzi scheme.
It's a fucking vanity project.
If I not to get too political, but Elon Musk calls Social Security a Ponzi scheme. But it seems like he's into Ponzi schemes himself, as long as they're tech Ponzi schemes or building tunnels.
So what's the deal?
You're telling me that rich people are just cool with getting richer easier?
Yeah.
So what's the demand for a tunnel? Like, what are they saying is the demand for the tunnel? Is it the traffic?
Traffic release.
Yeah, I can tell
But
you.
aren't they taking? Is that Ubers? Like, is that?
No, they would be Teslas. They'd be electric. They'd be Teslas going from the airport directly to downtown.
No. But is they saying they're alleviating the number of Ubers by doing that?
Oh, I just think of congestion in general.
I tell you this.
That's the argument.
As someone that lived in the Northeast in LA, there's not that much congestion here. The city's not. It might seem bad to you guys, but
the only thing I've noticed
here.
here is rush hour starts at 4 instead of like 5.
That's kind of everywhere nowadays because everyone just things have shifted.
That's Sinatra, baby.
I guess I don't know unless you're stuck in one.
If you are, then you're safe from whatever's happening outside for a period of time.
Do the expressway around Philadelphia at rush hour too.
Yeah, actually, Philly. I found
New York, Philly, nothing like
Tampa.
Yeah. So
had
like,
more
because like
traffic.
the Northeast is like everything's one big grid, right? Like, I mean, it's just
Well, yeah, because everything's very concentrated.
like it could be like a few miles away, but take you hours to get to, right?
It's not that bad.
No, not
it
that
depends on the event and the day, and we are becoming.
What's the worst? Okay, so what's the worst traffic you've experienced? Where?
I've never sat an hour.
Not here, but like anywhere.
Oh, you never sat an hour?
Even in Philly,
No,
I never sat an hour.
Outside in New York, waiting to get into the tunnel in New York.
Holland Tunnel.
Yeah, Holland Tunnel, you could be about 2 hours.
But I've never waited
LA
that
Freeway, it could take about 2 hours, depending on where you're going. Yeah. So Nashville, this ain't nothing.
And we're becoming a big city. That's the fact.
I'll tell you,
the population that's gonna.
When I moved here, I thought it was going to be bigger. I'll be honest. That's not like a slight against Nashville, but I was.
Well, everyone complains about it.
To me, it seems
Everybody
small.
complains about
It seemed like a
because
small
those of us that
town.
have been here for more than 20 years.
Yeah, so do
remember
you
when
see
it was
even smaller,
effortless to get around? Yeah, I mean it was.
To me, I was like, I could get downtown and not that I want to go downtown.
So
often, I could get there in like 15 minutes.
What's
That
the
seems
drive
crazy.
that no one should take in Nashville? What's the drive? What's the route that no one should take?
Anything on 24.
Anything on 24?
Yeah.
24 fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Anytime if you're trying to wind through
24
downtown
at
on
4:30
65,
in the afternoon
24,
on a Thursday.
you kind of want to not do that, especially midday.
Yeah.
But even that is.
I don't know,
compared to
Justin,
the
what do you
north, it's
think?
not terrible.
I don't understand why you guys just don't have a helicopter.
All right. So we need hashtag save the MGD. If you guys could donate to GoFundMe, the Villager needs a helicopter with machine guns on the side.
Oh, that'd be badass. The
Well, I think-
Villager helicopter.
The Villager
Well, I think-
helicopter.
I think-
Villager people helicopter.
The problem was, like, I think, when we're thinking about, like, the future and the Jetsons and, we'll all be in flying cars, and I think what's happened with, like, the FAA and drones, it's just, like, it's created such a restricted airspace that has driven this, like, tunnel underground.
Yeah, now we got to be
mentality.
subterranean.
Yeah, we've got to, like, go under the ground to get, and we go anywhere else around the world, like, we were just talking earlier about Europe.
Anyone need a beer?
But you're right. It's just like instead of like going up, it's just like how about it's a big country. It's spread out. Why does everything have to be all concentrated in these little hip cities? Because Nashville's a thing now, so everything's got to be built around Nashville. I drove through Texas, and it's big goddamn state with a lot of nothing. But yet they just focus on.
Florida's like that, but just in one direction.
Yeah. If you go to Central Florida, there's a bunch of swampland. Like just fucking build new shit in new places, like instead of just building up these old places. I don't know. That's me. That's my thinking.
Well, then going like over the surface, then you're dealing with all the eminent domain issues of like, well, now we got to find a path that's the most direct, and then we're having to get all these property owners to agree to it. That's the biggest issue. So in Texas, I feel like
old rednecks hate you.
Yeah, it's just like you ain't coming through my ranch, So
yeah, it's the path of least resistance.
Exactly.
It's kind of like why they like making remakes and old properties. It's just like the easy thing to do is something that's already established. We don't have to
hashtag
go
save
through
the
all this
MGD.
thing. Like MGD.
Yeah.
If you're gonna save something that's old, it should be the MGD.
Yeah.
It's genuinely worth saving.
Genuinely since
On
1985.
on wings of eagles we shall fly.
Golden eagles fly, baby.
40 years strong.
That's right. Fuck pewter tankard.
It's a child of the 80s. That's the thing.
Fuck the colored pewter and tankards.
You know, this is the thing too. Hipsters like all love the '80s. They think the '80s are cool. Well, this
Wait,
beer-
that's a hot take. Hipsters like the 80s.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
No, yeah, they like the '80s. The '80s is like a cool older decade. That the aesthetics of the '80s are very popular.
Pastel colors.
I love
Yeah.
the
Many
80s.
hipsters convinced me the 80s is the best era of music.
Yeah. They're very into the '80s. You didn't know this? Yeah, the '80s is very popular for hipsters.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, the
Echo
movies.
and the Bunny, man.
Yeah,
Echo
the
and the Bunny,
culture.
man.
Yeah, the music,
Psychedelic
culture.
furs.
Yeah.
So
Now
Charlie.
you're talking.
Yeah.
Now you're talking my stuff.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, well, Charlie likes the I mean, that's you grew
You
up
like
on that
the
stuff.
80s.
So like
Yeah.
do you consider yourself hipster in nature at all?
I've got a hipster streak in me, but I have an awareness of it and a healthy self-loathing of it as well. You know.
So what is self-loathing about being a hipster?
No, I mean, I don't like things that are trendy as a rule. I don't like.
So you didn't like.
I
remember
like
when
timeless. I like things that are genuine and
I remember when I was in college.
legit.
I had a mustache for like a week. It was like Cinco de Mayo. I was being funny, and then like the next 2 weeks later, there's like 5 guys at the restaurant I'm playing at with like shitty mustaches and all wearing backpacks, and I'm like, what is this? Like they had all like mustaches and backpacks and wearing pork pie hats.
And pork pie hats.
Yeah, I was just like, that's just so much going on.
That's too much.
Peaky
It's too much.
Blinders, bro.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Although mustaches are very popular right now, so you might understand.
Is it coming back again?
Oh yeah,
Is it
that
a
whole
20-year
that
cycle.
whole Pedro Pascal.
Oh really? Yeah.
Oh yeah. They like mustaches.
Yeah. So in the film industry, it's like he's very popular. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's like in
He brought
everything.
the stash. It's like Tom Selleck in like the early '80s. Yeah, he's made mustaches.
So
very
is he
popular.
that? If so, because like working in the industry.
Oh,
like,
he's definitely like the it guy right now.
So how does it work? Does it like do they go shop like a screenplay to like an actor, and if that actor
It could. It depends. Depends on situations. Sometimes they go. Usually it's a production company first. I have a script right now that's, for example, that's hot right now in the town, and it went to
you can't talk about it.
I can't talk specifically about it. It's kind of in play, but it goes to a production company. My reps, I kind of give it to
Vincent,
my.
you're very red. Keep it up.
Yeah.
You hanging in there?
Oh yeah.
It's by the way, people might not realize this. It's the morning.
It's not even new.
Yeah, we're
No,
drinking.
it's not. It's 8 o'clock at night.
We drank lots of MGD. Anyway, so
Yeah,
That's a breakfast beer.
it's a breakfast beer. Hey, that's like a Waylon Jennings song. You know, he grabs a beer for breakfast. But you give it to essentially.
that was Chris Christopherson.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, Waylon
Yeah.
saying that, but yeah, you're right.
Blade, we've got to get those vampires,
It
Blade.
was written by Chris Christopherson, you know.
Anyway, go
But
ahead.
anyway, so so my reps give it to a product. They give it to various production companies, and then the production company make a decision. They can go to studios or they could go to town, depending. It used to be more popular.
Studio or talent.
Yeah, talent. Talent would be directors or actors. In the past, packaging.
Because they would have wait to go to the studio.
Generally speaking, in the past, like the past 30 years or something, packaging was more popular. It was more the idea was you would go to actors and directors first, and I sold a few scripts in the past that way, and then they would go to the studio because they would have a package and to making it easier to sell. You know, the path of least resistance. You know? But these days, with the streaming contents and competition with Amazon and Netflix, it has changed the game a little bit, where they do tend to. It's being favored to start going to studios more.
How come?
Because it's like then the studio can make the decision what actors they like, what directors. They have a little more control.
The studios have more control.
They like to give the studios a little more
control. Because in the music
now.
industry, it was the studios had more control back in the day.
We're kind of coming back to that now. I don't want to get too much into this, but we're getting kind of back to almost, I feel like in 10 years from now, we might have a little more of a studio system again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where
Even
there's just a
even
few
in music,
companies.
Even in music.
Well, I can't speak about music, but in the film industry,
Did we just have the hugest thing happen last night?
Go ahead,
What?
go ahead, Mike.
Oh,
Go
here we
ahead.
go. Breaking news.
Breaking news from Mike Brown.
Yeah, breaking news. Breaking
drunk
news.
Mike Brown.
This just in. Bulletin. Yeah, you find out that
get close to that mic. Get close to that mic,
brothers
Mike.
are going into talks about an acquisition deal,
Yeah.
and then by the time you wake up in the morning, boom. Netflix owns Warner Brothers, HBO Max,
Yep.
and all of a sudden, like, you get an email from Netflix. It's like, hey, so we did this thing.
Oh, yeah,
It's
Netflix
not
is
done
Warner
yet,
Brothers,
but
right? Yeah.
It's gonna change. It's not gonna change right now, but it's gonna change.
you got to
And,
pay a little more for Netflix.
You know, like, what is this? The this was great. I'm sorry. I gotta.
No, go ahead,
I gotta
but
pull
he's
this
right.
one up. This is one of the greatest lines I've ever seen. It was from the Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos. He says, Barbie and Oppenheimer would have been just as big on Netflix. There's no reason to believe that the movie itself is better in any size screen for all people. My son's an editor, and he watched Lawrence of Arabia on his phone. Okay? Like, give me...
That's the best
Like,
way to read it.
Seriously?
Ted Sarandos sounds like the
I
most,
miss
like,
claymation.
This is what we've
evil,
come
like,
to now.
arch
Yeah,
nemesis
Like, how
name
is this
ever.
not going to be a... This is going to be an antitrust lawsuit that's going to be tied up in courts. This is...
Yeah, there's all
creation
the
of a
unions.
monopoly.
My union, the WGA, will probably file a
Well, like,
lawsuit.
to
a lot of people are going
bring
to file.
back what you were saying, like we might go back to a kind of a studio system.
I do think that's
Like,
inevitable at
Of
some
course,
point.
that's going to
Yeah.
be the inevitability
Yeah.
whenever all the studios are owned by.
There's just going to be three
Netflix.
like three.
Yeah,
Well, Netflix,
like-
and then you got Disney, and then there'll probably be some third, like Universal, and we'll figure what is Paramount too with Skydance, and Universal will get bought by. They'll combine with someone.
Soon the
And
AI
then
will get
and then
writing
there'll be like 4 studios.
So all
and there'll be a
all the
studio system.
studios are getting bought out by the app companies or the streaming
Essentially,
companies.
that's
yeah.
essentially what's happening, and then I think what that will do will return things to a more, it's not going to be the death of cinema, but it will return to more of a studio system where they're in charge. It's not like in the mid 20th century where suddenly it was like about big directors and their vision and stuff. It's more like you come in. Hey, I mean, there were great, as a silver lining, there were a lot of great movies made during the studio days. You know, you had
I think so,
Casablanca
yeah.
and stuff like Hitchcock's early films.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
So it's not like it'll all be shit. There'll still be good movies, but it will be good movies within that structure.
well, guys, I'm drunk.
You seem fine. To
You've
me.
had two
I'm
beers.
buzzed. Anyway, I've had 3.
But it's early. It's early.
Anyway, and also I have some kind of deficiency, I'm sure. But anyway, so Edwin Cannistraci here, guys, just like filling us in on all the film stuff. And actually, Mike Brown knew more about that than I would.
Yeah, he did.
But
He
I
knows
have,
his shit.
as I have to classically say at the end of these, we have to open a bar.
He's got business. He's got business.
We have
run
to
here.
open a bar, and Toby's over here sober, looking pissed. So Justin Steinis, I'm Andrew Perot, Edwin Cannistraci, Charlie Degenhart, Michael Brown, Vincent Hardwick, Garth Barrick, two-fisted some fucking hashtag save the fucking MGD, motherfucker. His grandfather would be so proud of him right now.
Cheers.
Very cool.
And filling in for Loose Bolts is Cameron Bortz on the production. This is Villager People signing out. Cue that music.
So if you're
Cheers.
up in
Right on.
Nashville and you see the Village Bar, stop and see if Charlie's there. Tell him who you are, and listen to his wisdom, and listen to his stories, and listen to his hopes and dreams, his downfalls and his glories.